God loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not die, but have eternal life. Welcome to the show. This is Love for You on Reflex Media Creators. Today we are once again back to talk about love, to continue with love and see what people understand with love, what people understand by love. Yes, I'm Tege Peter Regan, your host, and today I have a great visitor, a gentleman, and I'm going to give him a chance to introduce himself to you.
Thank you very much, and I'm really glad to be here and so humbled that the grace of God has really brought me right here to tell you about this, about everything concerning the love of God. And before going further, my name is Alex Katugambe, and a journalist. Much more of all, I'm born again, and so great that I have understood what the love of God is, and I'm from Kawali. I'm Chiga, the greatest tribe in the world.
Mr. Katugambe, you're most welcome on this show. It is called Love for You
Thank
on
you.
Reflex Media Creators.
Thank you very much.
And here, mostly we talk about love. We want to know how you understand the word love, how you understand love, the whole of it. You know, love is a beautiful thing, and love is something people enjoy, and sometimes some of them get hurt by love,
Mm.
and sometimes most of them get a lot of pain
Yeah,
with love.
I
But
understand.
it is not all about the pain, but there is those good things about love.
Mm.
What do you understand by love?
Oh my God. It is a great opportunity that I'm here to talk about this great thing that the world has misquoted and maybe I could say misunderstood, or it is a great opportunity that I am here once again to talk about this great thing, this great concept called love. It is so wonderful that most people have misquoted it. Actually, right now, every person describes it their own way.
Yes.
Everyone describes it their own way, but my understanding, the way I am, the way I've understood it, it is by revelation and, of course, making research because when I was reading the Bible, it told me about three things remain: love, hope, and something else. Faith, yes, they remain, but love abides forever.
Mm.
So when I want to talk about love, I feel I feel in my heart a burden that most people talk about it the way it is not supposed to be talked about.
Mm.
I hope you understand my point here.
Yes, please.
So it is something great that you can even lack words to talk about it.
Mm.
Every time I begin talking about it to my friends, to my people, I feel, I don't know whether you have ever felt it,
But
like crying or what. Like,
yeah, but most of the people feel it is easy to talk about love because
mm,
love is easy.
mm,
Love someone, just you
yeah,
can meet someone today and say hello, I love you, hello, I love you.
yes.
Like you know,
What I want to talk about is also part of that.
yeah.
That, hello, I love you, what? You can go loving everybody, you can go loving everyone or anyone or any other person. I mean, you can love anyone you want. Why it has become easy for people to go loving everybody or anyone
Mm.
or talking about it? Because somehow, somewhere, it is their nature. It is their nature to love. But
Mm.
some people have turned it into another way, and they have loved the wrong way. That's why. That's the reason as to why most people have ended up heartbroken because they have misquoted and misunderstood what love is.
Mm. Mm.
One of the poets said, "Love is to live,
Love is to live.
and to live is
love.
to love. At first, I had not understood it, but when I went deeper to really make some good research on it, I got to understand what it meant.
Mm.
Before I go further, I want to speak about the kinds of love. There are a little like 8, but I want to pick 4.
4 kinds of love
Yes.
that you want to talk about.
Yes, I want to
Please.
talk about the 4 kinds of love that I am really so proud that I have gotten the understanding of it.
Mm.
I want to tell anybody watching to really be careful and listen to this because it is from the heart. Can I say at the heart of God or anyone? Because I have read it, I have seen it in the book, in the Bible, everywhere.
Mm.
But this is truth and life.
Mm.
The first one and the greatest is agape.
Agape love.
People call it agape,
Mm.
but I call it agape. That I got the pronunciation of that word from the Greek language, agape. And that love is the unconditional love, the divine love.
Mm.
Let me first list them. Unconditional love, that's one. Number 1 is agape. Number 2 is phileo.
Mm.
Number 3 is stoge. And number 4 becomes eros.
Mm.
I explained a little bit of agape. Now I could give it to phileo. Phileo is the kind of love which describes friendship.
Mm.
Those all 4 words are Greek and Hebrew words because they were first discovered in the Hebrew and Greek languages.
Mm.
Those are some of the words that were used in the New and Old Testament. The phileo is friendship, stoge is the family love, the kind of family love,
Mm.
and the eros is the erotic, which means the romantic or sexual
Mm.
love.
Mm.
Very good. One by one. Here we go. I want to talk about agape first
Okay.
because it is the love that. Or I first begin with the last one that I explained. Eros.
You want to begin with Eros,
Yes.
then you're going to.
Yes, I'm going to go down.
Okay.
Eros, the erotic love, is the kind of love that was found in people, okay, who were like someone would feel sexually attractive. It is full of sexual activity. People, most of the people look at themselves as sexual objects or what. Those people have erotic love.
Mm.
They are not having the kind of love they think they have. And most of the people in the world think love, but some of them actually have that kind of love, the erotic love. It came as a result of, yes, sex, and it was uh, a god called Eros.
Mm.
When it is done, sex is done worshipping that god,
Mm.
and that is not the real sex we are supposed to have of the matrimonial, things of wedding after wedding. No. If you ever have sex down there,
Mm.
you would worshipping the god of Eros. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
So
I do.
the erotic,
Let's go for a short break,
yes.
and when we come back, we are going to start from there. Welcome back from that short break. Thank you so much for staying on Reflex Media Creators, and thank you so much for watching Love for You.
Love is yes, it is a kind of love that we are supposed to have, but it is not everyone who is supposed. Not that everyone is supposed to have that love.
Mm.
It is for married people, and not young people are supposed to have that love.
So basically, Eros is about sexual
Yes,
intercourse,
sexual
dealing
activity.
with sexual activities.
Yes,
Yeah,
worship. You can worship God
through sex.
when you're married.
Okay.
through sex. And you can worship that Eros, that god of sex,
Mm.
when you're not married, or through adultery, or going outside, anywhere,
Mm.
which is a little bad and good at the same time.
Mm.
Next of all, without wasting much of my time on that, I get to
No, before we go to that next,
yes.
what is good about this kind of eros,
What
kind
is
of
good
love?
about it? It is good, mostly for married people.
Okay.
But what I want to tell somebody watching, it is never good if you're not married. Or if you're married and you want to go outside your matrimonial bed, or you want to do, they call it fornication or adultery, you don't really need to do that, because you will be worshipping the god of Eros, which is the god of that kind of love that is sexually. It is written in the Bible. I remember it is about Baal.
Mm.
Baal was the god of those things, but now this is a kind of god that
Mm.
most people have worshipped and they don't know.
Mm.
They really don't know about it.
Mm. And
Mm,
to the young people who
mm,
practice
mm,
such kind of
mm,
love,
mm,
what do you have for them? Because there are so many young people these days, I think,
mm,
and I believe, that do practice that kind of
mm,
romantic love
mm,
before their marriage.
mm.
What message do you have for them?
Mainly, what I would say to those people
Mm.
is this is nothing. Sex is completely nothing. Without love,
Mm.
you can have sex. Okay, without sex, love can stand.
Mm.
So most people have misquoted love with sex and think if I have sex with you, I will be loving you, like, of which it is not true. Someone wrote and said that just do it if you think it is good. You
Mm.
get, and you know sometimes that thing is the most selfish thing ever you can find.
So you mean some people just do sex for the sake? They just do it without any intentions.
People think that doing sex is love,
Okay.
but it is not. Have you ever, in most cases, when you do sex, at the end of it all, you feel like, what you ask yourself, what was I doing? It has happened to most of the people. That erotic love, Eros, is worse that it is selfish. It has its traits that it is that the most trait on it, it is selfish. That someone will have sex for their own sake to benefit, not
Mm.
the other.
Yeah,
Mm,
but most of the young people
mm,
and actually grown-up people,
mm,
most of the times they say, especially men,
mhm,
they cannot be in love with someone
mm,
and they don't sleep with them.
mm, mm,
So if someone does not give them sex,
mm,
it means that is not love to them.
mm,
It means those people don't love them back.
mm.
So I thought sex is some way of proving to someone that you love them.
That is not your own thought. Like, it is your thought, but it is not only you who has that thought. There are very many people around the world who think, actually, in the English world, in an African world, anywhere, most people think that having sex means love. I talked about it before. But that thing,
Mm.
before its time, that's a lie. You're
Mm.
lying to yourself. A writer said, within the sacred and monogamous bounds of marriage, as established and ordained by the Creator, sex is a warm.
Mm.
That's a description of sex. Sex is a warm, intimate, and beautiful expression of love. It is one of the expressions of love, but by itself, it
Mm.
can never be love. And it is proved that by itself, sex can never be love.
Mm.
So that man who says that wants to describe uh, 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 love through sex to a woman. Maybe even women actually think sex. Most of the women think sex is the meaning of
Of
love,
love.
and it is part and partial. Someone described it as a cake. Okay, like love is a cake,
Mm.
and sex is a sugar, like icing sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can either remove the icing sugar and pour it down.
And remain with the cake.
You get and remain with the cake, and the cake feeds you, and you enjoy it.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
So which means you can also have cake only without sex. But when you put icing sugar, it can make it sweet. It can also stay sweet when
Without
yes,
icing
without
sugar.
icing sugar. So I understood it in that concept, and I was like, wow. Now
Okay.
that is so. Feelings are in that erotic love. Most like it is sensual. You will feel. Uh, it is for senses.
Mm.
The touch sense, the seeing, the hearing, and the five senses of a human being. That that brings a sense of emotions, and what you will feel like every time you want to have sex when you are close to that person who is erotic with you. But what is worst on it
Mm.
is that it ends when that person is not in your face. You understand?
Mm.
It ends. That erotic love ends when that person goes away from your face, and you feel like, I'm normal. Like feelings come and go. You feel like you up, sometimes down. So that's how it is.
Mm.
So it can end very fast.
The way Mr. Katugambe, the way you're explaining love to me right now, it's as if I don't know love.
Exactly. Maybe
It's as if
you know or you don't know.
I don't know love
Mm, mm,
because to me, compared to the way people speak about love,
mm.
it is totally different.
And now that's one of it. I am
Mm.
coming to another one.
Thank you so much, Mr. Katugambe. This is Love for You, and this is Reflex Media Creators. Don't forget to like our page, Reflex Media Creators, on Facebook, and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Reflex Media Creators.